Hello everyone. Welcome back to this channel. On this occasion, we're once again going to discuss several leaks that I've managed to find and that I think are quite interesting to talk about. As usual, this information comes from sources that are considered fairly credible. Alright, now let's get into the main topic. On this occasion, we will discuss again regarding one of the most anticipated characters by the Honkai starrail player community, namely Silverwolf SP. Our last discussion regarding this character was quite a long time ago, specifically about 2 weeks ago, where we discussed the possible characters that will form the best team for Silverwolf SP. On this occasion, our discussion is still in a similar realm, but with slightly different and fresher information, just shared by a credible source. Although there are similarities with previous information, we feel there is no harm in analyzing this latest data to provide an update for you. Our information source this time comes from Galaxy Leaks, which is one of the quite credible sources. However, before entering the core discussion, we need to convey that the information we will discuss actually doesn't come directly from Galaxy Leaks, but rather is a repost from the original source. Galaxy Leaks in their upload mentioned the source as old friend, a designation that might be confusing for you. For those wondering about the identity of this old friend, the answer is quite surprising. Circulating speculation indicates that old friend refers to Anon Leaks or Mortis Leaks, a name that you should know, because he is a very accurate, credible source in sharing Honkai starrail information. Support for this speculation comes from the fact that before Galaxy Leaks shared this information, they had posted an emote related to Mortis. This post can be interpreted as a tease or subtle hint that the incoming information comes from Anon or Mortis. However, we must emphasize that until now it is still unclear whether this information really comes from Anon or if Galaxy Leaks is just citing Anon Leaks' name. Let's move to the main discussion regarding Silverwolf SP. The information shared by Galaxy Leaks is a very new post, not old information being brought up again, so its relevance is very high for our current discussion. So, this information was shared by them several hours ago. According to that post, Galaxy Leaks shared information regarding several characters that will form the preset team for Silverwolf SP. The mentioned preset team consists of Silverwolf SP as the main DPS character, SPARXIE, either yaoguang or EMC, and sustain either yaoguang or danheng PT. If we analyze this composition in depth, this preset team is actually very similar to what we discussed in the previous video, where we mentioned that the optimal team for Silverwolf SP contains Silverwolf SP himself, EMC, SPARXIE or yaoguang, and one sustain slot. At that time, the identity of the sustain was not clear and became a subject of speculation. Furthermore, the previous discussion was more about the debate whether SPARXIE or yaoguang was more suitable as support for Silverwolf SP. With this latest information, it seems SPARXIE's position is already fixed or certain to be in that team, while the second support slot becomes a choice between yaoguang or EMC. From this perspective, the main debate has shifted, no longer between SPARXIE and yaoguang, but rather whether EMC will provide better contribution for Silverwolf SP compared to yaoguang. For the sustain slot, there are two recommended choices, yaoguang and danheng PT. And it seems, yaoguang will be a very good choice if the player decides to use yaoguang in that team. The main reason is because of yaoguang's energy regeneration, which will greatly help yaoguang's energy needs, which will ultimately accelerate the trigger of extra aha instant from yaoguang's ultimate. Conversely, if the player chooses not to use yaoguang and chooses to use EMC as the second support, then danheng PT might be a more optimal choice. Danheng PT is a character with skill point positive, meaning he generates more skill points than consumed, so he can help generate skill points that will later be very needed by SPARXIE, who as we know is a very skill point hungry character. And if you don't want to use sustain or want to run a sustainless team, you might be able to use yaoguang and EMC simultaneously to maximize damage output, or replace one of them with Sparkle. SPARXIE is a very interesting and quite good choice, because besides being able to function as an efficient skill point generator, she also has access to the best 6-star light cone in Honkai starrail, namely DDD, which can provide additional utility in the form of advance forward for the entire team. Besides information regarding the preset team, there is other interesting information regarding Silverwolf SP shared by Galaxy Leaks in a separate post. This information confirms that Silverwolf SP will have special energy, where the charging mechanism will be based on punchline accumulation. This confirmation is very significant because it clarifies previous information regarding the unique resource mechanism that this character will bring. With the presence of special energy, Silverwolf SP will not use the normal energy system like standard characters, but instead has a special resource bar with specific filling requirements. This mechanism follows the pattern that has been applied to previous characters like Acheron, Faciao, Castorice, Fainun, and Cyrene. Well, this makes me realize something quite interesting and funny. If we look more closely, then all the anniversary characters that we will get in the update cycle have special energy. So, does this become a pattern from Hoyoverse that anniversary characters will most likely have special energy? And for the last information, considering the Honkai starrail special program version 4.1 will start on Friday the 13th. Then we should be able to see the official drip marketing from Silverwolf SP next Monday, which is March 9th. Furthermore, there is an interesting question regarding whether Beta 4.2 will be moved up and started on the 10th as mentioned by Galaxy Leaks in previous information. I myself am very eager to witness the beta testing of Silverwolf SP and Evanescia, because after seeing their kits and gameplay clearly, I can make a more mature decision regarding whether to pull yaoguang or SPARXIE. Thus is the comprehensive discussion regarding the latest information from Silverwolf SP that we can convey on this occasion. What are your thoughts on these latest leaks? What is your view regarding the confirmation of SPARXIE's position in the team? Are you more inclined to use yaoguang or EMC as the second support? And how about the sustained choice between Huahua and Danhang PT? Which one is more suitable for your account needs? Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section. Don't forget to also spread this information to fellow Honkai starrail players who may also be interested in Honkai starrail information developments. Your support in the form of likes and subscriptions is very meaningful for the continuity of this channel, ensuring that you won't miss the latest information in the future. See you in the next discussion and thank you for your attention.